Greetings, everybody. I'm Trojan.
And I'm Gale.
And we are the Callaway Club. Yes, everybody, that was me and Gale at Callaway Gardens. This is a series, a brand new series, where I'm going to be taking my mailman's hat and replacing it with my special travel cap, specifically for Callaway Gardens. Going to be taking you on a journey throughout this series, and we're going to start today by taking a look at the overview of Callaway Gardens. So let's start with the first place that you should be visiting when you go to Callaway if you've never been there before. We are here today at Callaway to also introduce you to the various things, but the first place that obviously you should start with when you begin your trip at Callaway is the Information Center. The Information Center is at the first entrance, not the Robin Lake entrance, but the main entrance to the rest of the area. And that's where we're going to be at and kind of looking through and then kind of guide you through some of the different things that you can look at here at Callaway. Okay, so we are actually at the back of the Information Center right now because that's where the parking is for it. So we got to make our way towards kind of the side or front area. So we'll go underneath this area here and walk actually towards this pond area. And there's actually something going on in there that we're going to take a look at first. So one of the things you'll see here is there's a little pool area of fish actually in it.
I don't have any food for you. I'm noticing they are very friendly fish.
Probably expect food.
Yeah, they think you have food, but they come up to you, saying hi.
And here you'll see the historical marker placard that talks about Callaway Gardens that we were standing in front of earlier. And right before going in at the front of the building, we can see here the Information Center is clearly marked towards the front. So that way when you enter through the front gates and then go around the back through the parking area, you'll be able to find your way inside. Now inside the Information Center, you'll find somebody who will actually talk to you about anything that you want, provide you with maps or whatnot, even though you can also get those at the front gate. It's also a really nicely decorated area, as you can see, with a bunch of different pictures, plants, and various forms of information. There's a cute little butterfly statue there, and there's a little bit of a lounge area as well that you can see here. Gale's checking out a few things at the front desk right now, and we're about to move on to our next destination. So while going to the Information Center is always a good thing to do if you've never been there before, if you have never gone to Callaway, it is best to do a little research, as there is a lot that you're going to have to know about Callaway. So of course, accessing them on a search engine at CallawayGardens.com is always a good way to start. You can also get their app to your phone, which is also very much a good thing to have if you plan on going there at least once or more than once. But you have different categories here. You've got visit, stay, play, group, support the gardens, tickets, and memberships. And the booking there, of course, is specifically for their hotel that they have. Now, if we look at the visit, you'll see all the different special events that they have. Some of the things that they're most known for, Fantasy and Lights, is probably their biggest event all year round. Places to explore. This is just a few of the places that you can explore. There's some of the more well-known places like the Butterfly Center, Discovery Center. Planning your visit. This is a big one to look at. Noting the directions if you're not familiar with where it is. Their daily schedule is very important because they do have different times. Areas, attractions, the garden admission, and membership should you be interested. And sometimes they have workshops. Also looking at their dining options, shopping options, and other different things like rental options. It all depends on what you plan on doing because there's a lot, and we will have a lot of videos in the future detailing a lot of the different things that you can do one by one in the future. But let's just get started with this little special tidbit. Always a nice thing to learn about places is their history. And of course, a place like this has a lot of history. It's open since 1952. Callaway Resort and Gardens is nestled in the southernmost foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Founders Cason and Virginia Callaway longed for a place where man and nature could abide together for the good of both. More than 6 decades later, their retreat continues to offer solace, inspiration, and discovery for all who visit. Each Callaway family member had an interesting role in either the creation of Callaway Resort and Gardens or the fulfillment of Cason and Virginia's mission. And then you can all look up all the different things that each one of these people had for it. And this is something that's also on the website. One thing you will note about Callaway Gardens, there are 3 specific areas that you can look at. There is the gardens, which has some of the more classic areas. They have a beach, notably Robin Lake Beach, which is open during the summer. And there's also the resort, where they have the hotel and other amenities as well that are included with that a lot of times that you can do. Here I've accessed the map for the entire area. You'll have the resort area, and the resort also is just one thing that you can utilize here. You also have the ability to use cottages as well. There's the beach area, and then the main garden area over here. Each one of those has their own entrance, although they all do have a connection point in some way to another, although the only way you'll be able to get to the lodge is through the specialized resort entrance up here. You could get to it if you have these rental options and whatnot to be able to get to it, but otherwise you're pretty much cut off from it, so don't expect to be able to get there that way. What you will want to do is we're going to take a very brief look at all the different things, and we're going to start with this thing at the very bottom corner called the country store and kitchen, and we're going to take you there right now. The first thing that we'll actually show here as you look at Gale looking at the lookout, there is across from the country store and kitchen and a lookout point where you can park, not actually at the store, but across the street from the store to get a great view of the area. And then if you want to stay parked there, you can walk across over to the country kitchen store. And there's also the possibility that if you want, that going down the street is also the starting trail for the FDR State Park. As of now, we're done looking around, and we're going to actually head towards the country store and kitchen, which you see only serves breakfast and lunch. So if you come here hoping for something past lunchtime, you're going to be out of luck. So this is primarily a breakfast and lunch location. It can get very busy, but on the inside, it is a great place with some great food options and a really nice view if you get one of the window seats. Now, once you've gotten through that area, you'll go back up on the highway. It is actually a very separated area, and you'll get to the gardens entrance, which is where the information center is that we started with earlier. And from that point, you will get to take a look at a lot of different things. Let's go through each area one by one. And we'll start in the azalea garden area. Okay, so first we're going to be over here at the Azalea Trail. The Azalea Trail is part of the Azalea Overlook Garden and contains probably the most interconnected trail of them all, where it goes into several different facets and directions for only about a total of a mile when you've done the whole thing. Now we're at the area here where there's a pavilion with picnic areas, and a little bit down the way you can see that there would be what is known as the Whippoorwill Lake Trail, which is about half a mile. Now, because the Azalea Overlook is a one-way in, one-way out area, once you leave that area and start going back on the basic scenic road, you won't go very far before you run into this boat rental area. So if you're looking to do some fishing or kayaking, or you just kind of want to go over here and just kind of hang out by the pavilion and maybe do some fishing from that area, if it is permitted for that time of year. Remember, these are seasonal things, but you can chill here by a fire pit, and obviously not operating currently right now, but you can enjoy just the scenic views from here as well. Once you start heading back towards your parking area, maybe go back down a little bit, you'll see this is where they have some of their golfing going on. It's obviously not the place that you're going to do your golfing rental for stuff and where you start, but it does encroach upon different areas. For now, we're going to the Callaway Outdoors and Fishing Outfitters area, where you can buy some snacks and drinks from taking a break from golfing, possibly, or fishing, or getting some stuff for your fishing or other things that maybe you just forgot to bring with you and that you need before you start doing those activities. Now, once you've gotten through all that area over there with the azalea, the fishing, and whatnot opportunities that you have, it'll be a little bit of a drive, so please be patient and not think that you're lost or anything before you get to one of the next big attractions, which is the Discovery Center area. And like I said, after a little bit of a drive, you get to the Discovery Center, which is a major attraction here because it does offer a lot of different things inside that you can do. There is a dining area for maybe lunch or dinner, depending on how hungry you are. There are various workshops, activities that are often held in here. It is an access point to different things, such as the other adventure spots. There's the connection to the other trails. There's also the very famous Birds of Prey event that's located in here. Also, what you can see right now is one of the main things that you see is the giant bugs that are displayed out front, as well as the statue of Ida Kaysen and her dog. And you'll see just a few more items here as well. And again, like I said, there is the sign that'll tell you that nearby is Bicycle Rental, Playground, and the Treetop Adventure. From the Discovery Center area, you will then move towards either the Memorial Chapel or the Azalea Bowl. Let's take a look at both of those. The Ida Kaysen Callaway Memorial Chapel is a personal favorite of me and Gale's because it is an actual chapel that is held kind of here in the middle of the gardens. You have to go down a little bit of a hill, and before you even get to the main area of the chapel, you can enjoy the areas to the side of it where it has these nice little water structures with benches. This chapel is also used oftentimes for weddings, if you obviously are willing to pay the rental fees in order to have a wedding here. Now, there are no services here, but there are organ music playing on usually every Sunday for a couple of hours. It is a really beautiful chapel, and I look forward to talking more about this in the future. And once you get past the chapel, or maybe you'll get to this first, it is the Callaway Brothers Azalea Bowl within the same little circular area. You go through a little gated entrance and you go down into this little trail. This trail is heavily wooded and has lots of plant life. It's a lot more interesting than the first trail that we took. And it has a nice little gazebo starting point with some descriptors. And actually, if you go down this trail, you might be able to get to a point where you can see one of the abandoned buildings from Callaway of old. But it does have, obviously, nice little garden area here. Now, you certainly don't have to go through those ways. But from that position, we will then move up north and head towards the Butterfly Center and a few of the other small little interesting areas over there. So this is the front of the Butterfly Center, where you can see a lot of little great artistic designs of different things. It's worth going to see, even though this is not the entrance to it. You have to go around the other side in order to get inside. There is a parking lot there. There is trolley access, but it may also be worth your while to park a little bit further down, take a trail up there, because there's also a log cabin down there that you can explore as well. The inside has butterflies in a greenhouse, has a lot of information and whatnot about them, as well as a few other little critters like turtles. Now, from the Butterfly Center, you can get to several different places. However, the golf area is not accessible unless you have, again, special access the other way before you could even get there. However, you can, in both these areas, get a connecting point to Robin Lake Beach. Now, the beach is only open during a certain time of the season, summer mostly. And if you try to go before that, there's not really anything to do. So you can check out the beach. There's not much going on. We'll check that out real briefly here. So Robin Lake Beach at this time of the year is obviously closed for us at the time that we're recording for it. But that is what it looks like. The beach is accessible during the summer itself. Now, it is also accessible during special events, even though the actually going in the lake and doing all that stuff would not be. But you can go there and have like the various food items and whatnot during October, November, December, when they have their really big events going on at that time. Also, you have Cason's Garden, which is a little bit further up, and you have to kind of get around to go to. This sometimes is where they will hold special events during, right now, they're doing a spring break event. And during events like Pumpkins at Callaway, they have a corn maze that you can go through and try to get out of. And then from Robin Lake and all the amenities of that, you can go take another entrance through the cottages and over to the Lodge, Spa, and Conference Center. And now we're at the Lodge, where you can stay overnight, get some breakfast, lunch, or dinner provided for you. You can also go to a pool, which is provided there. They have a spa, which you would have to book separately, but you get all sorts of different amenities from the spa as well. Also from the Lodge, Spa, and Conference Center, once we get past that in the resort entrance area, you will then be able to access the golf club. There's the golf club. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a place where you can go, play golf, rent golf carts, and there's actually a place that you can eat there as well. Now, once that's done, there is other land that can be utilized as part of Callaway, but it's only utilized during special events. So you're not really going to see it on the map, but we'll talk about it when that time comes, because we will definitely be involved in that. So there you have it. That is Callaway Resort and Gardens, the brief overview. Join me and Gale next time when we will take a look at some of the different areas of Callaway in more detail, starting with probably some of the more well-known or well-explored areas, and then kind of get to the things that might not be quite as well known, as well as special events in the later episodes. So be looking out for those in future videos. Until then, wish you blessings, and we look forward to the adventure ahead. Bye-bye.